Quest Audiobooks presents an unabridged recording of Hell to Pay by A.L. Fraine, narrated by Mark Peachey. Chapter 1. "Oi!" she bellowed from the roadside as the man threw the car into gear. Its front wheels spun, kicking up dirt that hit her legs. "Don't you bloody—" But it was too late. The car sped up the short side road, the rear door closing as it went, before it turned left onto Mansfield Road and back toward Clipston. Shit! Penny watched it go for a moment as it merged into the flow of traffic in the darkness, its rear lights mixing with others until she couldn't tell which was the car she'd been in and which wasn't. She couldn't believe the shithead had left her here, out on a side road towards the edge of the village in the darkness of the night. She knew where she was, and she knew it was only a short walk back to where she'd left her friend. But the nerve of that guy. They really were shitheads sometimes. Having picked up all the crap that he'd thrown onto the side of the road to get her out of the car, she stuffed it in her bag with a grunt. Then, with a frown, she pulled her money out and counted it. With a sigh that seemed to affect her whole body, she realized she was short. He'd taken some of her money. "Fuck!" she shouted into the night, voicing her frustrations and the headache that the missing money would bring down on her. It was the last thing she needed, and just one more annoyance to add to the mountain that was already weighing her down. She needed to get back and find Isabella. Abel had asked her to keep an eye on Isabella, and she couldn't well do that here, half a village away, could she? Feeling a sudden rush of anger, she kicked a small twig and shouted, "Fuck!" Frustrated, tired and alone, with a 10-minute walk ahead of her, Penny sighed and tried to let her worries and stresses drain from her body. But it wasn't easy. She had to somehow think of a way to hide the missing money from Abel, which would be a headache in itself. Although she guessed she could see how Isabella was doing. Maybe she'd be able to liberate some cash from Isabella by offering to hold her bag or something. There'd be a way for her to make it right. There had to be. She'd sort it. To her right, something moved in the corner of her vision. She caught sight of a figure walking along the main road, looking her way. Half a second later, they were gone, stepping out of sight before she could get a good look at them. For a moment, she felt very alone and vulnerable, at least partially because she'd just been taken advantage of by that idiot. He was long gone by now, though, and there'd be no tracking him down. Men were just fucking shitheads. With another labored sigh,
"Sample complete. Ready to continue?"